Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for being with us today, April 28th on 3 o'clock with SAC. Buenas tardes. Ay, perdón. Gracias por estar con nosotros hoy, el 28 de abril, en punto con SAC. Para oír en español, llame al número que aparece en la pantalla, que es 425-436-6200, y el clave para entrar es 627-682. My name is Nicole Diaz, Communications Manager here at SOC, along with my co-host, Gabe Charles, Civic Engagement Manager. We really want these Facebook Live forums to not only be a way of communicating with you, but also a way for you to reach out to us for support and address any topics or concerns you have. Every day this week, we are asking if you can fill out a survey. It's just a few questions regarding our forum, and as an incentive, it enters you into a $25 gift certificate to a near Southside restaurant or business. If you have a business in mind that you'd like to recommend for us to get certificates from, let us know, and we'll check them out and add them to our list of certificates for winners to choose from. Another way to enter the drawing is by submitting a census-related screenshot or selfie, either here in the comments section or to our email at soc@socmilwaukee.org. And later in the segment, we will be doing a walkthrough of how to fill out the census if you haven't already done so. We want to remind you that during this time, we are open for business and still here for you. You can contact us by phone at 414-672-8090, email at soc@socmilwaukee.org, or visit our website at www.socmilwaukee.org. And of course, you can also reach us here on social media. We have a Facebook, an Instagram, and a LinkedIn. I want to, before we kick off the show, share a little disclaimer. The views and opinions shared today do not necessarily reflect those of SOC, as we like to create space and voice for people in our community. Now I'll turn it over to Gabe, who's going to give us the latest on census and any other civic engagement information. Hey, Gabe.
Hey, thanks, Marisol. So today's critical update expands on some information we got yesterday from our lovely coronavirus coordinator, Taylor, who was telling us a little bit about a couple locations that provide coronavirus testing for folks that don't have insurance or don't have a primary care physician. And the update is that there are now 3 additional locations that are providing expanded testing capacity, 2 of which are on the south side. So regardless of if you have insurance, regardless of your income, regardless of your immigration status, you can go to these 5 locations and get treated or tested for coronavirus if you are showing symptoms. So the south side locations are the Indian Health Center on 9th and Mitchell, and the 16th Street Community Health Center on 16th and Washington. So if you are exhibiting symptoms or if you are worried that you have coronavirus, you can call these health centers and set up an appointment. It's really important that you set up an appointment and don't just show up, because if you show up, they won't have the ability to limit exposure or take precautions for any safety risks regarding coronavirus. So it's really important that you call ahead and set up an appointment so that they can be ready to receive you in the safest way possible. And we actually have Taylor right now with some additional updates about coronavirus in relation to unemployment benefits and what's going on with unemployment. So we will bring on Taylor for everybody now to give us those updates.
Hi everyone, my name is Taylor and I am the Coronavirus Coordinator with Southside Organizing Center. Happy Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining us for today's SOC at 3. Yesterday, the Wisconsin Department of Workforce Development released a statement stating that individuals currently collecting unemployment will start receiving back payments of the $600 a week stimulus payments later this week. Weekly benefit payments will include an additional $600 a week in federal stimulus dollars until July 25th, 2020. It will take up to 2 weeks to pay all the back payments due. These back payments should be completed by May 8th. The Department of Workforce Development has already paid out $250 million in unemployment benefits to people, but that is currently less than the 15% of the reserve. It is the Department of Workforce Development is encouraging everyone to continue to apply each week. They do understand that their phones have been busy. They are urging you to continue to apply each week so that they can issue a back pay. They are stating that just because you haven't gotten your unemployment, it just means that someone else has, and that their biggest hangup right now has been the unprecedented volume of requests. With record low unemployment in the months leading up to the pandemic, they had less than 60 staff on hand when the calls just started pouring in. So they've been pulling people from different departments, which clearly shows that it hasn't been enough because many people have not received their unemployment pay yet. They are working on hiring more people, and in the next coming weeks, the Department of Workforce Development will have more than 200 staff to be able to handle claims, and 600 more people to handle phone calls. They did state that they understand it's frustrating not being able to talk to anyone, but they encourage people to visit their website and continue to file there. We will continue to update you on the unemployment status from the Department of Workforce Development, but we encourage you to continue to file online with the Department of Workforce Development. Thank you so much for joining us again for the coronavirus segment of SOC at 3. We do encourage you to visit our webpage at socmilwaukee.org, where we're updating it daily with new news and resources regarding the coronavirus. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Taylor. Those updates are always so vital and provide a lot of information for folks, especially for those that have experienced loss of jobs in these last few weeks, few months. Now we have for you all another guest. If she is ready, we have for you Clarissa, one of our organizers, who's going to talk about our resident associations and how we build leadership in the community. So thank you for being with us, Clarissa.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are you today?
Good. Glad to have you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Gives us something else to do and be able to engage with the residents. Yeah, I have my supervisor with me. He's great. Just wanted to talk a little bit about resident associations or resident groups that are in the neighborhoods that SOC is working in within our SOC boundaries. We have quite a few groups that are there that are available, and if a resident that lives in an area that they don't seem to have their own identity, we could help them to start, a little neighborhood group and move it into, what they want to see happen for their neighborhoods. I was going through today and just thinking about, the years that I've been with SOC and how many different resident groups that I've attended meetings to. And it's such a good feeling to see so many people come together that want to see good things happening in their neighborhoods.
Definitely.
Most of some of the neighborhoods that we work in, and I'm going to have to give a big old shout out to one of the groups that SOC founded when prior to me starting there, was KK River Neighbors in Action. That group has become a staple for the Pulaski Park area, Lincoln Village, and part of Polonia, where I live. And they're doing really great things with the river and river keepers, and trying to just maintain a stable living environment for the residents here on the south side. If you live in that neighborhood, you should check them out once everybody's getting back up and we're able to congregate together. And also I'm pretty sure they're doing virtual meetings right now. We also have a strong resident group in the Walker Square neighborhood. Also, there's a business. There's Walker's Point has a business and a resident group, and then also Walker Square neighborhood has their own group that's for residents that live around the Walker Square Park. Um, we've started a group in Layton Park South. That's on the opposite side of Lincoln Avenue, on the south side of 25th Street to our 43rd, where is our cutoff. There's also residents that meet there. Anybody want any kind of information about for these groups, feel free to just shoot us an email at socmilwaukee.org. Also, or just give the office a call. I'm answering the phones every day, 414-672-8090. And if I could just go back to the Polonia, the KK River page, that group came about through the efforts of our leadership academy that we had with SOC. And Drea will be on tomorrow to talk about the leadership academy.
Awesome.
The group was residents that came together, did the SOC Academy, Leadership Academy, and decided this is what they wanted to do. This was their project that they wanted to do when they completed. So people need to, get on tomorrow and listen to, what Drea has to say about our leadership, our Gold Institute. It's a great program. I hope that, a lot of people will sign up and they can, really benefit to, promote stronger leadership in the neighborhoods. Also, I'm not going to forget that, when I started at SOC, there wasn't a resident group in the Polonia neighborhood. And a lot of people don't know the Polonia neighborhood because we're so close to Lincoln Village. And actually, Lincoln Village and Polonia were one neighborhood at one time, many, many years ago, before they started, Wilson Park and, dividing up the neighborhoods. So Lincoln Village was part of Polonia. And so just to give an idea, people don't know where that is. We are from Cleveland to Oklahoma Avenue, from First Street, from Chase Avenue to 16th Street. We also have a resident group that meets every first Thursday of the month. Of course, we're not meeting now because we're, practicing to safer at home right now, but we have a lot of good things that are happening in our neighborhood. And, anybody that wants to become involved, if they want to do a cleanup on their block, they can give a call to SOC, or they can go on our SOC page and sign up for cleanup supplies, and we will make sure that everyone gets the supplies that they need. One block, one bag, one community. Let's get our neighborhoods cleaned up. Again, if you have any questions regarding a neighborhood association or group, please feel free to call SOC at 414-672-8090, or you can reach us on our email at soc@socmilwaukee.org. Thank you guys so much for your time. Wait a minute. I have a message here. The Bloom and Groom is not going to be happening, Linda, at this time. But we are working on trying to get something else to get these low cost plants to the residents here in Milwaukee. Are there any other questions? Now, don't forget, everyone, tune in tomorrow for Andrea to give you guys an update on the Gold Institute.
Hi, so lost internet there. I'm so glad you stayed on with us.
I'm still here, but I don't know. I was like, What else can I say here?
Yeah. Well, I'm really glad that you talked about the Gold Institute and its connection to the resident associations. That's super dope. There's such a strong connection, and I just love hearing about building power in our resident associations and just in the South Side in general. It's a very
That's
big
what it's
need.
about. Let's empower everyone to have their own voice, because this
Yeah.
is just it's such an amazing program. And there's so many people that we still work with at SOC that I look back and say, wow, this person was, they were so quiet, they were so timid. Then they're able to say, nope, this is how we want this, and this is how it's going to be, because
Yeah.
I live here, and this is what we are doing as a
Yeah.
community. And we just want to see everybody doing better. And
Absolutely.
there's so much out there, even though we are sitting here in at this with the safer at home order. We're not just sitting here. We're waiting for the residents to give, our phone is available. Our email is available. We're doing SOC live every day, just showing the neighbors and the residents that we are here. You have questions, we can have answers. If we don't have an answer for you, we're going to get that answer for you.
Right. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being with us, Claudia. Thanks for hanging in there while my internet reconnected. I'm not sure what happened there.
I don't know. I don't know, but it's all good. Champ won't write you up.
Yes, you are a champ. Champy is a champ.
You have
I
a
wish
great
you would
day.
give us a little bark.
Oh man, he won't. If somebody rang the doorbell, he sure would.
All right. Well, thank you,
Have a
Claudia.
great day. Sure, you're welcome. Bye bye.
Thank you for hanging in there with us. That technical difficulty, like I said yesterday, it wouldn't be alive if we didn't have one. So appreciate all of you for your patience. I have some critical civic updates for all of you as well. So Milwaukee Common Council President Chevy Johnson announced who will be the chairs of the 7 standing subcommittees that handle the majority of the business of the Common Council. So, like I said, there are 7 committees, and I just want to give a little background on what the committees handle and then tell you who those leaders are going to be based on Johnson's statement. So there is the Community and Economic Development Committee that will be led by Alderman Rainey of District 7. And actually, Alderwoman Zamaripa will be, of District 8, will be the vice chair of this committee. And this committee hears matters relating to community development, Black grants, job development, and business improvement districts. Then there is the Finance and Personnel Committee that Alderman Murphy of District 10 will be leading, and this deals with the city budget, taxation, revenues, labor relations, pensions, and insurance. Then we have the Judiciary and Legislation Committee that will be led by Alderman Hamilton of District 1, and this acts on legal claims against the city and on matters involving other governmental units at the local, state, or federal level. And it also handles elections, referendum, lobbying, things of that sort. Then we have the Licenses Committee, which will be led by Alderwoman Coggs of District 6, and this reviews various license and permit applications, including those for alcohol, beverage related business, and home improvement businesses and rooming houses, things like that. Next up is the Public Safety and Health Committee, which will be led by Alderwoman Dimitrievich of District 14. And this is concerned with issues brought forth from the Fire, Police, Health, and Neighborhood Services departments, as well as traffic control, emergency medical services, and other things regarding like parking. Then we have Public Works Committee, which will be led by Alderman Bauman of District 4, who is and this committee is responsible for physical services provided by the city, such as street and alley maintenance, waste collection, disposal and recycling, sewer, water, and flood control projects, and other things like that. Finally, the 7th standing committee is the Zoning, Neighborhoods, and Development Committee, and that will be led by Alderman Perez of District 12. And this reviews issues relating to city development, zoning, building codes, and housing projects. And then there's also the Steering and Rules Committee, which is made up of all the chairs of all of the 7 standing committees. And they formulate policies and rules for the committee, for the council, and then for they handle matters that affect multiple committees. So if any of you are already connected through eNotify Milwaukee, you'll see that a lot of these alder people have been making statements in the last few days regarding all sorts of things, especially some of the terrible things that have happened regarding some shootings and some deaths in the city, and then also something regarding there was a statement regarding the property reassessments that people have gotten that are very stressed out about. So if you want to see these statements when they come out and get them to your email, there's a way to do it by going to city.milwaukee.gov/e-notify. And you'll see on the picture next to me here, this is what the web page looks like when you enter this website into your browser. And very small blue lettering in the middle of the page basically will say to register for eNotify. So you'll click that link and then it will prompt you to register. You'll enter your email, a password, and create an account basically. And then it will take you to a page that has a number of different check boxes. So you can check all of the different statements or e-notifications that you want sent directly to your email. So there's I think hundreds of options, if not close to hundreds of options for you to check off and decide what you want coming directly to your inbox. So it can be statements from alder people, statements from your county supervisors, statements from the MPS school board, statements from all sorts of news sources. So it's a really great way to stay connected with local politics and to be informed about what's going on in your city. So I just wanted to plug that for everybody. And yeah, just again, it's really important to stay plugged into local politics. As promised, we are going to do a tutorial for all of you for the census, so you can get a sense of what it is, what it looks like, and how to do it step by step. So I am going to bring up that video as long as it's ready, and then just let everyone know that, again, there is the opportunity to win a $25 gift card if you send us a screenshot of your completed census page, a picture of your completed census page, a selfie while you're doing the census, whatever it may be to prove that you are doing the census or have completed the census to win this $25 gift card. So we're really excited to help you all fill this out. We've been mentioning on all of our forums the importance of the census. So we really want to urge and beg all of you to be doing the census. So let's watch that tutorial now by going to, before starting the tutorial, make sure you go to my2020census.gov, and that's the website that you can start the census online. So we can.
If you're ready to begin, go to my2020census.gov now. The online questionnaire is available in English and 12 non-English languages. To select a language, click on the globe icon and select the name of the language, or select the name of the language at the bottom of any screen. Don't worry if you are looking for a language that is not listed. This video will show a step-by-step demonstration. Keep watching. You will need to complete the 2020 census in one session. If you leave, you will have to start over. To begin, choose Start Questionnaire. First, enter your 12-digit census ID. Your census ID is on the materials that we mailed to your address or left at your door. If you do not have a census ID, select the link below the login button and answer some additional questions about your address. You will still be able to respond. Then, confirm that you are completing the 2020 census questionnaire for the address shown. Select yes or no. If you will be staying at this address on April 1st, choose yes. Otherwise, choose no. The next button takes you forward, and the previous button takes you back. Do not use the forward or back buttons on your browser, or else you may need to start over. Next, enter your name and telephone number. Enter your full name in English letters. Sometimes a message may appear on the screen that asks you to check your response or enter additional information. Review what you entered before selecting the next button. Enter the number of people, including yourself, who will be living or staying at this address on April 1st, 2020. click on the underlined blue links for help with the questions. Make sure that you count people where they usually live and sleep. If someone does not have a usual residence, count them where they will be staying on April 1st. Include babies and children of all ages, close or extended family members, people who are not related to you, and people staying here without a permanent place to live. Do not include anyone who lives away from this address most of the year, such as college students, armed forces personnel, people in a nursing home, mental hospital, jail, prison, detention center, etc., or people visiting who usually live and sleep somewhere else. These people will be counted in other ways. Then, list the name of each person living or staying at this address. To add more people, select the button labeled Add Another Person. We do not want to miss any people staying at this address on April 1st. If you forgot to include anyone who stays here, choose Yes and enter those names. Otherwise, choose No. Now you're ready for the next two questions about the home at this address. On April 1st, will the house, apartment, or mobile home at this address be owned by you or someone in this household with a mortgage or loan, including home equity loans, owned by you or someone in this household free and clear without a mortgage or loan, rented, or occupied without payment of rent? Then, select the names of the owners or renters of this house, apartment, or mobile home. Next, we ask some questions about each person you listed earlier. First, we ask if the person is male or female. We also ask you to enter the month, day, and year this person was born. Make sure that the age that appears is correct as of April 1st, 2020. Next, we ask about Hispanic origin and race. Please answer both this and the next question. Select whether this person is not of Hispanic, Latino, or Spanish origin, Mexican, Mexican-American, or Chicano, Puerto Rican, Cuban, or another Hispanic, Latino, or Spanish origin. If you selected the last response, enter more details in the box below. Next, we ask about race. Select one or more checkboxes: white, black or African American, American Indian or Alaska Native, Chinese, Filipino, Asian Indian, Vietnamese, Korean, Japanese, other Asian, Native Hawaiian, Samoan, Chamorro, other Pacific Islander, or some other race. Enter detailed origins in the boxes that look like this. Additional people will also see this question: how is this person related to the reference person? Select opposite sex husband, wife, or spouse, opposite sex unmarried partner, same sex husband, wife, or spouse, same sex unmarried partner, biological son or daughter, adopted son or daughter, stepson or stepdaughter, brother or sister, father or mother, grandchild, parent-in-law, son-in-law or daughter-in-law, other relative, roommate or housemate, foster child, or other non-relative. We're almost finished. Some people live or stay in more than one place, and we need to make sure everyone is only counted once. Select the name of anyone who usually lives or stays somewhere else. Otherwise, choose none of the above. If a person does usually live or stay somewhere else, select the reason why from the following: to be with a parent, grandparent, or other person, to attend college, for a military assignment, to be closer to a job or business, in a nursing home or group home, in a jail or prison, at a seasonal or second residence, or for another reason. Great job! You are now ready to send your responses. Select Submit Questionnaire to complete the 2020 census. You will see a confirmation page with your address and today's date. That's it. You have completed the 2020 census online. Thank you. You may now close the web browser. To share this video or similar videos in other languages, please visit 2020census.gov/languages.
There are just, it's very easy to do, very quick, not many questions, definitely no questions regarding immigration status. So please make sure you're filling out that census and get us the pictures of you all doing the census or completing the census so you can win these $25.
Yes, and also, oh, excuse me. Also remember, you can also fill out the survey, which is in the link in the comments section. That's another way to enter our $25 gift certificate drawing. These are two awesome ways to enter. I mean, why not? So go ahead and submit those photos and fill out those surveys. And speaking of the $25 gift certificate, now we are going to announce today's winner, which is Lilian de Jesus Ramos. So congrats, Lily. Contact us at soc@socmilwaukee.org to claim your certificate. And make sure to tune in tomorrow for our special guest, Commissioner of Health, Jeanette Kowalik. And then on Thursday, we have Alderwoman Jocasta Zamaripa, which she's got a lot of fans. So stay tuned for that. And before we wrap this up, do we have any other announcements, anything else we want to add?
No, just make sure you're tuning in for these awesome guests that we have coming up the next 2 days, like you just said, the Health Commissioner and Alderwoman Jocasta Samaripa. It's going to be a great time. And Tammy will be back. I'm sure you've all missed her. So.
Yes. All right. Well, we'd like to thank our donor partners and thank you all for tuning in for 3 o'clock with SOC. Tune in tomorrow. Yes. Peace and stay safe.
Yes.
Hello SOC viewers, my name is Lucas and I am a youth organizer. We would like to thank everyone for supporting our 3 o'clock with SOC live show and for completing our SOC survey, in addition to thanking our residents for tuning in and sharing our show. We would also like to thank the following sponsors: Wisconsin Voices, Community Development Block Grant, Neo Philanthropy State Infrastructure Fund, Catholic Campaign for Human Development, Movement Voted Project, Zibber Foundation, City of Milwaukee Office of Violence Prevention, Tides Foundation, City of Milwaukee Prominence Zones, and all the faithful individuals who support SOC through their personal donations. Thank you.